Welcome to the second episode of the Lifeograph tutorial series. The series is aimed at novice users. We'll start with very basic topics and gradually move to more advanced ones. Lifeograph is a cross-platform note-taking application that runs on Linux, Windows, and Android. It is also possible to run it on Mac OS, but pre-built binaries are not provided by the developer for that platform. Lifeograph uses filters throughout the program to select entries or paragraphs involved in a certain task. Filters are used in the following areas: limiting the entries shown in the main entry list, limiting text searches to certain entries, limiting the entries or paragraphs processed in data extraction tools, limiting the entries included in export operations, limiting the entries included in print operations. Filters are managed through menus that open when you click a filter selector button. The menu consists of a list of filters defined in the diary, an add button, and a search box. Clicking on the name of an existing filter activates it for the current operation. For example, click to a filter to limit the entries in the main list. There are buttons on the right side of each filter row that allows you to duplicate, edit, or dismiss it. Please note that the top items in the filter list with italicized names inside less than and greater than do not have these editing buttons. This is because they are immutable stock filters. The pencil icon opens the filter dialog, which allows editing the name and logic of a filter. To dismiss an existing filter, use the rightmost button. The grayed out numbers next to filter names show how many times a filter is used throughout the diary. This makes it easy to clean up unused filters in the diary. New filters can be created from scratch or by duplicating existing filters. Creating a new filter by either method immediately opens the filter editing dialog. The header of the filter editing dialog contains a name box and buttons to apply or revert the changes. The body of the dialog lists the filter's components and how they are combined. Each component of a filter is called a filterer. Filterers can be combined using logical operators and or. Clicking the operator label switches between these operators. There's a wide variety of filterers to choose from. Even other filters can be added as filterers to a filter. Subgroups allow both and or combinations within the same filter. Each subgroup of filterers is combined with the opposite of the top-level operator. For example, if the top-level filterers are AND combined, filterers in any subgroup will be OR combined. Lifeograph only allows one level of subgroups, which is sufficient for most tasks. If more levels are needed, it can be achieved via adding other filters as filterers. Use the plus button to add a new filterer component to the filter. If the entry has subgroups, they will have their own add buttons. The plus button opens a menu with the available filterer options. Notice that some of the filterers have warning icons before their names. These icons mark the filterers that will not function in the current context. There are 3 filtering contexts, depending on where the filter is used: entry, paragraph, and number. For example, the context of the main entry list filter is entry, as it selects entries to be shown in the list. You can still add out-of-context filterers to a filter. In that case, they will be ignored in the current context. But the containing filter can also be used in different contexts where those filterers will work. You can delete unwanted filterers by clicking the minus button at the start of each row. Let's try to filter entries that are not completed and not in the trash. First, add a status filter. It already includes the non-to-do, open, and in progress statuses while excluding done and canceled. Then add a trashed filter. this filter has no option of its own. But as all filters do, it has a negation option controlled via the exclamation button. We'll click it because in this case, we are interested in entries not in trash. In this example, we will try to filter entries that are in a date interval and does not have either of the two tags that we will specify. First, we add a date interval filter and set the begin and end dates. You can type the dates or, using the calendar icon, select the dates from a calendar. The brackets around the dates determine if they are included in the range. Like in mathematical notation, curved brackets mean exclude. Square brackets mean include. You can click on them to switch between the inclusion types. Second, add a subgroup for the two tags that are going to be combined with OR. Please make sure that the main group has AND combination and the subgroup we added has OR combination. Now go ahead and add the first has tag filterer to the subgroup. Leave consider parents to unchecked. Every filterer is displayed on a single row. In case some big filterer doesn't fit, you can enlarge the window. Start typing the name of the tag you want to exclude. A list of existing tags with similar names will be displayed using fuzzy matching. Select the tag with the mouse, or you can use Tab and Enter keys to select via the keyboard. Repeat the process for the second tag to be excluded. Notice that the added subgroup has its own remove and not buttons, so it is possible to negate the combined truth value of the subgroup. We will activate it to specify that we want neither of the tags. As you can see, the entry list is updated to show only entries satisfying the criteria we set in the filter. The main list filters have real-time preview functionality. While you edit the active entry list filter, the changes are reflected in the list in real time. But this is just a preview. If you close the filter editor via the cancel button, the list will go back to the state before the filter dialog was opened. Let's finish this episode with a few tips that will make working with filters even easier. You can directly open the edit dialog for the currently selected filter by right-clicking a filter button. Like many other interface elements in Lifeograph, you can get help about the item under the cursor by pressing F1. To get more info on a specific filterer, press F1 while hovering over it. Icons of filter buttons indicate if a filter is currently assigned to them, so it isn't necessary to open the menu to check. Empty funnel icon means no filter is selected, and filled funnel icon means a filter is active. Thank you for watching. Keep an eye on the Lifeograph website at lifeograph.sourceforge.net for future episodes. You can also subscribe to the channel and enable notifications to stay informed about new episodes. Until then, keep your notes in good order.